What's up, guys? This is the Board Game Roamer, and I'm coming to you with another playthrough of Secrets of the Lost Tomb. This is definitely not a new game by any stretch of the imagination, but it is an awesome game. It's one that has been on my list of wanting to play for a while, and Miniature Market had a sale, and it was one of the things that I did manage to pick up. This is just the core game. I was able to get the elite missions and one expansion pack, Fate. Basically added kind of like the second level of heroes for everybody. That's all I had. Unfortunately, they didn't have any one of the other three expansions, which would have been awesome. But that is what it is. And so this is what we're doing. Now, there are a number of playthroughs online for Secrets of the Lost Tomb. However, what I'm doing with this playthrough is just about all the playthroughs online utilize the first scenario. I am not going to utilize the first scenario. I'm going to utilize the second scenario, which is called One If by Land, Two If by Sea. And so a quick note on setup. It says to set aside these tokens, which are the gold triangles and the silver tokens. Those are some combat bonuses and some ciphers. We have to find 5 ciphers to utilize the Franklin keystone to unlock basically and summon a Wendago. And if we can manage to summon the Wendago, that will help us fight. This is the Wendago. That will help us fight the Kraken. Okay. Now, I have not read any. I've read the intro text, which I won't read here. It asks us to set aside those tokens. It asks us to set aside 4 revolutionary poltergeist. The long story short is that during the Civil War, during the War for Independence, the enemy to the U.S., I guess it wasn't U.S. at the time, the enemy summoned this Kraken. Washington's family was able, basically consulted some arcaneness, and was able to summon the Wendago to fight it and managed to defeat it. But with the three-tailed comet coming back, they think that the Kraken could be awakened because the bad guys have found the Wizard's Tome, which is what awakens the Kraken. And so our job is to use this Franklin Keystone, find the Masonic Lodge, and to decode it, and hopefully summon the Wendago to help us fight the Kraken and destroy the Kraken. So that's what we're doing. And we're playing on normal difficulty, so I've got all the red and green tomb cards in here. Everything's been shuffled. I'm playing with Alligator McPhee. These were randomly drawn. He's got his 2 machetes. His ally is Earl Hawk. When you do combat, you may, I can't say the word, I guess, legally. You can exhaust and get +4 combat and succeed on a 4, 5, or 6. He is refreshable. And Bianca Sinclair got Mia Rosenberg. When you gain this ally, search the item deck and take the bandages. Double medical gain from the rest action. So I have actually, I forgot to grab the bandages. Oh, well, right there, just happened to be on the bottom. So there's some bandages. So we're good on that. Over here to the side, which you can't see because it's underneath the logo, is our stack of search tiles. I don't have the Masonic Lodge. It said to set out that at Masonic Lodge. I have not set out the Masonic Lodge, but that's okay. It is what it is. That's where we're at. So, if I set this up correctly, and I feel like I did, then each of our heroes has, of course it's not in that one, so each of our explorers has 6 actions based on the chart, because there's 2 explorers and they have they have 2 companions. I missed that. So okay, well, that's cool. So first extra companion, Georgios Trinophylitis, +3 to combat checks when using lightning, which is dexterity weapons. When you gain this, ally search the item deck and take the grenade item. Okay. Wow. We're going to give that to Alligator McPhee since he's the expedition leader. So let me find grenades. If I were a grenade, where would I be? Where would I? Well, this says pineapple grenade. I don't know if that's the same thing or not. I keep going through here, and if it's nothing that says grenade, breastplate, pineapple grenade, I'm thinking that is the grenade item. Okay, yep. Alright, so we have one of those. So that's cool. So let's see here. Let me put like, yeah. So this is, I will say this. It requires a deceptively large amount of space on the table. At first I didn't think it would, but it really does. By the time you spread everything out and you have all these cards for your people, it's a little bit cray-cray. Alright. Oh, cool. Alright, so Pablo Gringos Garcia, +1 combat. We can exhaust him to automatically evade any creature or creatures in one room. And that goes over here with Bianca. So, let me put their people right there. Maybe their items right here. Just kind of trying to get this a little bit organized for myself. Oh, the other thing I will say that, and now I don't know if this is specific to my copy that I got, is the, I don't have any sitting out. These arm tracks that have the little peg that goes in to track courage. There are a ton of videos out here that explain the rules, so I'm not going to necessarily try not to go into like ginormous detail about the rules, but I really, these holes that were drilled that are in the cardboard for it are almost too small for these pegs, and I have worked on a couple of them and tried to push it in, and like it's to the point that I'm afraid if I try to work on it too much more that I'm going to end up basically breaking the arm, and it's not going to work. I'm going to bend the cardboard. So I'm just going to do the best I can with it. Alright, so let's get started. So the phases. In turn order, beginning with the player holding the first player combat track marker, each player spends 1 action token to perform an action until all players have spent their actions. So we will start with Alligator McPhee, who has the token, and I'm going to put this, is that still in frame? Yes, it is. Over here, and we're going to move. His movement is 3. And we'll just go ahead and just go straight up. So we're going to pull a tile, and the tile we pull is, okay, really? That is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely nuts. Okay, well, what did we pull but the pitfall? Pitfall has a trap. This on here has a trap symbol, and it is an infinite trap, so always going to happen. And it's a check, dexterity check, If I fail, it's a -3 hit points and move to Mongol's Hall. If I have a rope token there, then I am adjacent to Mongol's Hall. So, there you go. But it is dexterity, so let me pull out. I got some extra dice, so I'd have plenty of dice. And if I had several people playing, they could all have a few dice. So dexterity is 2. So let's roll 2 dice. And we're looking for a 5 or a 6. And there is none. Okay. Well, this is not starting out well at all. So we failed. So he does not have any armor. I'm just trying to look here and see. Yeah, there's nothing that I can use that's gonna help me. Well, I take it back. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and use one of my audacity and re-roll. And as his special ability, he uses an audacity. It's called Alligator. When you use your audacity to re-roll, you also succeed on a 4, 5, or 6. So hopefully we can get a 4, 5, or 6 on one of these. Well, there's a 4 and a 5. So we are successful. So that trap, fortunately, actually did not trigger. And that was 1 action spent. So I'm going to take one of his action tokens, flip it over to reload, and set it right there. Then it is going to be Bianca's turn. Bianca is going to use one of hers. And her movement is a movement of 5. She's going to go 1 and into the room beside him. Pull the card out, and we have the Arc Portal. The Arc Portal. So what does the Arc Portal do? We can use an action to move our character to any explored room in the tomb. So there you go. Nothing really special happens in there, except we do have an adventure icon, so we will pull an adventure card. And the adventure card reads as follows. The room sounds like a jungle, but it doesn't look like one. How could that be? You begin to investigate, looking all around, and you find a secret opening in the wall. You follow the winding pathway to a strange underground cavern. Alright, so then we have 2 options. A fail and a pass. So we're going to make an audacity check. And currently, our audacity for her is a 3. Her audacity is 3. So we roll, looking for 1 success. Oh yeah, there's a critical success right there. Sweet. So that was a critical success. So this adventure is successful. As you explore the strange jungle cave, you hear some rustling. From your hiding place, you actually find a live brontosaurus eating leaves. Careful as you are, you step on a twig, stampede. You run back through the passage, narrowly avoiding a trampling. Whew, +2 audacity. Nice. So she's going to go from 3 audacity to 5 audacity. Alright, so that's her turn. Then we will go with Mr. McPhee, who will go and spend his action to move. We're going to move him from the pitfall room north to here. We have a level 3, so we set that aside. Another level 3, set that aside a level 2, set that aside a level 1. This is the Corsair's, Corsair's Cache. And it does have a misadventure. And it is a red tile, so that will be where we spawn, potentially, monsters. So let's pull our misadventure. Oh, I pulled two. Oh goodness, one. Misadventure. Something shimmers past your field of vision. A sword, a flying sword, shouts in a strange language and flies straight at you. Make a strength check. Now, fortunately for us, strength is one of his better suits. So that is 3. That's for creatures. I'm not doing a lore and mythos because Franklin Keystone adds to lore and mythos. That's combat. So this is just looking for 5 or 6. There is a 5, so that is successful. You fight the sword, parrying away with objects you find lying around. After a few cuts, it slices you across your chest, breaking the strap on your satchel, which falls to the ground with a crash. The sword flies away. -1 treasure. Well, the only treasure we have is a pineapple grenade, so that baby is lost. Yay. And this adventure is discarded. Alright, so not the worst, but not the best. So I think we'll do one more action for Bianca. Yeah, we'll do one more. Maybe we'll do like 3 actions and then call it an episode. Bianca's gonna move. There's only one exit out of here, so she has to go this way. She's gonna move in a 5, so that's 1, 2. We'll go 3. Draw the next tile. It is the armory. Only one entrance. Wow, there's a lot of only one entrance rooms around here. That's quite unfortunate. It is an adventure, and if we search successfully, we get to search the treasure deck, take the first strength-based weapon. So we will put that right here. And there we go. Everybody's connected. Alright, and we will take a adventure card and see what happens. You step into a pressure plate which locks your foot in place. Then the door behind you slams shut. An ancient hourglass lowers to the center of the room, just within view, so you can see the sands of time flow down. And it is a mythos check. Fortunately for us. Oh wow. Unfortunately for us. Yeah. Unfortunately for us, mythos is our worst. And so we will have to just roll and see what happens. So since we're only using 1 die and we just got some audacity, I am going to use 1 audacity to say success on a 4, 5, or 6. So let's try that. Oh, wow. And that is a critical fail. That is a bummer. So since we failed, gosh, this is going to be, what's the word? Painful. So that is a failure, which means I could. So the question is, do I re-roll or do I use another audacity? Alright, let's just re-roll 1 time because this will put her to, I mean, where she was to begin with, right? I think that's fair. It's another 4. Gosh, Yeah, okay. We're gonna stop there. Just as the sands run out, you free your foot. Time and space seem to shift. Now, in the past, something materializes. Oh gosh, that's an audacity check. She has 3 audacity. We do have a 6. It's a pass. A creature from the past challenges you. +1. What is that symbol? +1. The little eye symbol. Crap. +1 base creature. Yep. So we're gonna pull a base creature right off the bat. That's awesome. Not really. We get a Dwarvish Whisper. 2 movement, 2 courage, 3 combat, 0 defense, 5 health. Worth 3 soul shards. His ability, each time you combat this creature after the first, you get -1 courage. So remember the first time we fight, which I agree with Ricky Royal on this, there should be a way or a different mechanic to do this, because it's just going to be hard to remember if there's a lot of baddies on the table. Who you've already fought and who you have not already fought. So I'm going to put this right here. She now is potentially in combat, which really stinks. And that is her turn. So next, let's go back to Alligator McPhee, who will use his action to move. Now, here's what really stinks. He's going to move because there's nowhere out of this room. He's going to move into the pitfall room, and that trap is going to trigger. It always triggers. So here's his first move. We do a dex check. He has 2 dex. So, this adventure card goes away. 2 dex. Roll it up. There is a 5 and a 6. So he was successful. So that's 1 movement. And he's got 3, 2, 3 movement. And that's the end of his turn. And we have 1 more round. 1 more action. Excuse me, not round. Now, I've got options because I could fight this creature. However, let's not forget about Bianca. She does have Pablo Green Ghost Garcia. She can evade any creature or creatures in one room. So theoretically, she could opt to leave and then let, say, Alligator McPhee go in there and take care of business. Question is, does she want to do that, or does she just want to go ahead and do a little combat? Because by the same token, he does give her +1 combat die. You know what? Let's just go ahead and use her action to attack. Why not? We haven't done that yet. We might as well just get that going. So she's going to attack, which means her courage is going to drop by 1. She starts with a -1, so it will now go to a -2. Not impacting her yet. So I guess that's good. So she will do an attack. So let's use, when she does her attack, she's going to go ahead and use her 45 caliber 1911 pistol. So she will exhaust that. So we'll put that over there. That will give her +3 combat dice. She will get, because of her dex, 4 additional 4 additional combat dice. Then she will get +1 because of Garcia, so there's 1 more combat dice. All right. So we're not going to, I don't think we're going to use Audacity. So she's going to have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 combat dice. So let's roll it up. Let's see what happens. Wow, that is 1 critical success, 1 failure, and a boatload of 2s and 3s and a 4. We know we need, he's got a defense of 0, and we don't have enough successes, so we would take damage. So let's, as much as I hate to do it, let's go ahead and use an Audacity, because that's going to be really a lot of damage for her. So we'll re-roll everything. Now that was a re-roll, so it's still 5s and 6s. Let's see if that's any better. Well, oh yeah, that's a lot better. So there's 5s, 6s, another 5, another 5, another 6, a 1, 1, a 3, and a 4. Okay, so compare your successes to the creature's combat rating. So we have a total of 5 successes. The combat rating is 3. It does not have any defense, so he's going to take 5 hits, which is actually enough to outright kill him. Sweet. So what happens? Where's that? Oh yeah. So he is worth, if we look here, 2 courage, and if we look down here, 3 shards. So she is going to gain 2 courage, which puts her up to 0. Alright, so there she is at 0. And she's going to gain 3 shards, which is awesome. 1, 2. Oh goodness. There's 3 shards. I guess I'll just put it right here. Easiest place to put it. So there's her 3 shards. This is discarded. And that is the first 3 actions of our heroes. So I'm going to end the episode here. This is the first 3 actions of round 1. On the screen, the only thing that I do want to point out is that in the corner, in the top left corner, you'll see Franklin ciphers. That is what we have to get to unlock this key, the Franklin keystone. So I'm going to, sort of like how I did in the other playthroughs, try to keep a running count of that in that corner for us. And I believe that will be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Really hope you enjoy it. If you've got any tactical ideas, if I've screwed up any rules, which there is a good chance, because I've played this, like I said, just part of the way through once. So I just wanted to play something that I was excited about, and this is something I was excited about. So if I messed anything up, please let me know. If you have any tips, tactics, tricks, ideas, suggestions, Also, please let me know. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being a part of the channel. I am the Board Game Roamer, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.